It was just another day on a case for me and my team of paranormal investigators until we received a chilling email from an anonymous sender who claimed there was a cursed graveyard where something sinister lurked. I wasn't one to believe in such things, but the prospect of uncovering new evidence compelled us to take action. So off we went, eager to dispel the notions of ghosts haunting the earthbound plane. Little did we know that we were walking into a nightmare beyond comprehension. Our destination lay nestled deep within dense woods, the trees looming ominously above us. As we waded through thick underbrush, shivers ran down my spine at every rustle of leaves, though I tried to keep my fears hidden from the others. It seemed like we had been walking forever before we finally stumbled upon a clearing containing rows of crooked tombstones that looked to be centuries old. Despite the blustery wind, whispers carried eerily over the rusted gates, barricading the entrance. We stood there dumbfounded, unable to move or speak, listening intently for any signs of life within the corrupted silence. As if summoned forth, the rusty gates swung open slowly, warning us of impending danger. My heart pounding in my chest, I took hesitant steps forward along with two other members. Tom, a clairvoyant skeptic, and Jane, a sensitive empath. Our leader, Mark, remained behind, studying his instruments before joining us momentarily. Inside, the fog grew thicker, obscuring our vision of the cryptic messages etched onto gravestones. Yet it didn't stop the hairs on the back of my neck from standing up. Something felt wrong here somehow. Off. We continued deeper inside, desperate to find the source of those whispers. And then everything changed. As the mist cleared ever so slightly, figures became distinguishable, grotesque apparitions twisting and contorting around us. Their eyes followed us as we froze in terror. These weren't ordinary specters. No, these entities were unlike anything humanity had endured since the dawn of time. Their skeletal forms emanated an otherworldly presence, filling the air with a suffocating aura of malevolence. It was as if the very essence of darkness had taken shape and materialized before our eyes. A cacophony of haunting moans and agonized screams echoed through the graveyard, sending chills down our spine. Tom, the skeptic, seemed to be on the verge of a breakdown, his disbelief shattered by the overwhelming supernatural force surrounding us. Jane, the empath, clutched her chest, feeling the intense despair and anguish that emanated from these tormented souls. Attempting to gather our wits, I reached for the ancient artifact I always carried, a silver amulet believed to ward off evil. Holding it tightly, I whispered a silent prayer, hoping for divine protection in this unholy place. As I did, Mark finally caught up to us, his eyes widening in disbelief at the surreal scene before him. With a steady voice, Mark urged us to maintain our composure and keep our focus. He reminded us that we were here to investigate and uncover the truth, no matter how terrifying it might be. Together we mustered our courage and pressed forward, determined to shed light on the enigma that plagued this cursed graveyard. As we delved deeper into the heart of the burial ground, the apparitions grew more aggressive, their ethereal forms lashing out at us with an intensity that defied their incorporeal nature. Wisps of darkness clawed at our bodies, attempting to drag us into their shadowy realm. Each step forward became a battle against the unseen, testing our resolve and pushing us to the brink of despair. But amidst the chaos, we noticed a flicker of hope, a faint glimmer of light emanating from a crumbling mausoleum at the center of the graveyard. Ignoring the phantom hands that clawed at us, we raced towards the source, hoping it would provide us with answers, or, at the very least, a means of escape. As we approached the dilapidated structure, the air became stagnant, suffused with a putrid odor that made it difficult to breathe. The door creaked open, revealing a pitch-black interior that seemed to devour any trace of light that dared to enter. Without hesitation, we stepped inside, armed with flashlights and our unwavering determination. Inside the mausoleum, we discovered a hidden chamber, adorned with cryptic symbols and ancient relics. A foreboding sense of dread weighed heavy on our shoulders, yet we knew we had come too far to turn back now. In the center of the chamber, we found a weathered journal, the diary of a long-deceased groundskeeper who had devoted his life to the cursed graveyard. As we read through the journal's pages, a chilling tale unfolded. The groundskeeper had made a pact with a dark entity in exchange for eternal life. In his greed and desperation, he had inadvertently unleashed a malevolent force upon the graveyard, trapping countless lost souls in a perpetual state of torment and despair. Driven by guilt, the groundskeeper had spent his final years attempting to undo his grave mistake, leaving behind instructions and rituals that could potentially break the curse. The journal detailed a ritual that required the sacrifice of a pure soul to appease the vengeful spirits and restore balance to the graveyard. Realizing the gravity of our situation, we knew we had to make a choice. Either abandon our mission and leave the cursed souls to their eternal suffering, or find a way to perform the ritual and offer redemption to those trapped in this twisted realm. With heavy hearts and trembling hands, we resolved to take on the responsibility. Together, we prepared for the daunting task, following the groundskeeper's instructions meticulously. As we conducted the ritual, a profound silence enveloped the chamber, as if the very fabric of the supernatural world held its breath. In a blinding flash of light, the curse was broken. The tortured souls that had haunted the graveyard for centuries were finally released, ascending to a realm of peace and salvation. The air cleared, and the once corrupted cemetery now felt serene, as if the horrors we had witnessed were merely a distant memory. As we exited the mausoleum, a collective sense of relief washed over us. We had fulfilled our duty as paranormal investigators, bringing closure to a chapter of darkness and despair. Although scarred by the experience, we had gained a newfound understanding of the forces that lurk beyond the veil of the known world. From that day forward, we continued our work, venturing into the unknown, but with a renewed respect for the supernatural and an unwavering commitment to shed light on the mysteries that lie in the shadows. We knew that there were still countless tales of darkness waiting to be unraveled, and we were ready to face them, armed with the knowledge that even in the face of unimaginable horror, there is always a glimmer of hope. For just $3 a month, you can have your name featured in my YouTube videos and descriptions. Not only will you be supporting my channel, but you'll also be immortalized in the credits of my content. If you're looking for something a bit more personalized, consider becoming a $25 a month patron. I'll voice your stories and bring them to life on my channel. Create a special drawing just for you, or even write a unique story tailored to your interests. So don't hesitate. Join my patron community today and help me keep the spooky stories coming. And remember, together we can save each other from the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for your support.